Shoo! Okay, Kenny. What is that saying, man? Another day, another dollar.
Yeah, another challenge to be
Hey,
overcome.
man. Or if you're in Dogecoin, man. If you're in Dogecoin, it's another day and multiple dollars. Wait, actually, Dogecoin is falling right now. I should stop talking crap. Down 14%. Look at that.
Oh
You
wow.
know. What do you think is gonna happen once Elon Musk hops on Saturday Night Live? There, man. What is really the expectation?
You mean once they present? Because they already did the recording. We just haven't seen what they said yet.
True, 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 true. Yes. So once it goes live, once they present it for the first time, what do you think is gonna happen?
I think he might have a little dog on the show
Okay, okay.
and use it as a as a signal.
Hey, now, are you going to dump your Dogecoin after that?
You know me and my coins, man. I'm a long-term investor, so
Okay.
all the money I have in there right now is just sitting
Hey,
there for the major explosion. Like if
hey.
I had been in Bitcoin
Yes.
several years ago and it's doing what it's doing now, yeah, I would have taken my profits and then come back for some little action.
Well, this is
But right now
Dogecoin.
I'm still in the startup mode.
This is Dogecoin though we're talking about here, and we're also further down in the show. We're also going to talk about altcoins and how that goes, right? So we have a few things that we're going to cover, right? We're going to come back to Dogecoin here. Um, of course, we're going to something we spoke about yesterday was the regulations, right, and essentially the law and Facebook and the powers that Facebook has, right? So we're going to be touching on that. We're going to be touching about something else which you mentioned, an index or an index tracker, if you will, that has been recently created to track
Yeah,
Bitcoin,
indices to track yeah,
to track
crypto.
bit crypto, right? Essentially,
Yeah.
and then of course I'm going to be talking about the cycles, right? Altcoins, and then of course Bitcoins and how that
Hmm.
cycle works, because that's something that people don't know. And of course, we're going to be talking. Well, many people don't know crypto is 24/7, so we're going to go into that as well, right? So let's start it off from the top here, as usual, man. Bitcoin dominance. That doesn't look too different, does it?
Um, we need to start recording this. It was 45.5
Right.
to 16.5.
See, we cannot be keeping these things in our head, man. Oh, we could just look at the previous video and see. But I think
I
that
have
is
a
down. I'm pretty sure that's
I have
down.
a picture memory. So
Hey.
I think it's 1% down on BTC
Right.
and it is
What about Ethereum?
0.5% up, 0.5% up on Ethereum.
Oh, dude, you were precise with that one. I thought you were gonna say 1% because I know yesterday we saw it and it was like 16 point something.
Yeah, it's 0.5%
All
up.
right, well, now we know the memory is reliable, people. It's gonna be question. There we go. Right, so, um, card starter. That is something that I'm going to touch a little bit on. But before we do that, man, look at that. Bitcoin
So
is about 56K right now. Ethereum is at
is
34.
Cardano a altcoin or is that one of the major coins?
Card starter is, you could consider it an alt. It's a token, right? I guess you
Okay.
could. Yeah, it's a token for sure. And I don't know if you necessarily consider an altcoin. It is built on. It's going to be built more on the Cardano blockchain.
Okay.
So with card starter and one other one which I'm forgetting right now, Somi is what it's called.
Yeah.
Right. So that is on
Yeah.
the Cardano blockchain, which is also the other reason why I think Cardano is going to go ripping in a little bit here. Right.
And
So
I need to add to my positions then.
hey, I've been thinking about how I'm going to add to it, but I want to, I think what is going to happen is because my game plan is as Dogecoin starts to rally towards $1, because Dogecoin is going to go to $1. I'm calling it right now. But before we proceed with this conversation, because I know how this conversation is about to go, I do want to say this is not financial advice, ladies and gentlemen. We are not financial advisors. Please do your own research and then engage the markets as you see fit.
You want to do Scribble analysis on Dogecoin?
Scribble analysis on Dogecoin. Let's go. But and I'm excited for that. But before we get to it, let's get some of this stuff out of the way here, right? You have a few articles. We're gonna knock out the articles, and then we're gonna jump into some Scribble analysis. My favorite part of the show. If you guys haven't noticed by now. So the first one here is talking about Section 230. What is that?
Yeah, so this is the follow up to the conversation that we had yesterday
Right.
about the federal policy that the social media sites have to follow.
Of course.
And this is where the article, this is one of the articles that I read.
Right.
They talked about the origins and why we now have to face them. And now, apparently, it was just a court case
Right.
between hedge fund and some guy that was managing a social, not the social media at the time, like a blog or whatever.
Yeah, sort of like a group.
So, yeah. So, long story short, this now extends now to social media sites.
Right.
And I just wanted to show you guys that this is the section 230, and that's what talks about, what social media sites can do and what rights do they have to kick Trump off their platform,
Of course.
so on and so forth. And then it goes back to, what's the truth, what's the facts, and based on which one of the above do you kick someone off
course.
a social blog that influences people.
Of course. So, I took a little bit of a look at this as well, and one thing I was looking at, they were talking about it here. One thing they were saying about, or they were talking about. Jeez, I'm totally messing it up today. One thing they were talking about in the article was the fact that Section 230 is supposed to protect companies, right, from I guess consequences if someone is doing something on your platform that could be deleterious to others, right? So if someone comes onto the platform and is, wilding out, in lack of a better term, the platform cannot be held responsible for it. Is that correct?
Yeah. So if you had a blog,
Yes.
and somebody inside your blog does something that impacts maybe a hedge fund or impacts the stock market,
Yes.
then Facebook will not be responsible for it.
Right.
Twitter will not be responsible for it. So
Okay.
they're using this to their own advantage now.
Now, but here's the thing, though. The other side of it, they will not be held responsible. At the same time, it is not their job to police what goes on their platform as far as like free speech goes. Yes, of course, if it's something that is extreme, they can police that. But wouldn't you say that if they can sort of, if should they be able to pick and choose who to police and when to police, right? Because for the most part, they do not police people for that same reason, right? People's free speech has to be protected. So people are going to say things on social media that you may or may not agree with, but you cannot just police them because you do not agree with what they say.
I think this is where this policy needs to be amended instead
Right.
of banned.
Yes.
Is that we need to separate social media sites and blogs
Yeah.
from XYZ companies,
Right.
because I think the time that I think this was, it was 1990 something when this initially happened,
Yeah, but this was
and
like
this is
97.
this is 20 years later. It's
Somewhere in 94. Yeah.
1994.
Yeah.
So time has passed, and I think the policy, the 47 US Code 230,
Right.
is behind what technologies that we have now. So we need one specific to social media sites, because this case was just someone. I would say it's too. They're trying to put apples and tomatoes in the same baskets,
Right.
and call it one thing. And I think that's the case that we have here.
I agree with you on that. I think even in general, the system is kind of backdated. The government is sort of backdated, right?
They're very behind.
Technology itself has kind of fast forwarded the whole world in such a way where, in many ways, there are so many things now that there are so many gray areas. I mean, from crypto to many other things that involve technology. I don't think the government has the right laws in place, and it makes it difficult, right? And having people who do not want to evolve their mindset does not make it any easier either, because they're trying to make laws based on what used to be.
Yep.
Right. And that's a tough one to get around. Right. I'm glad we touched on this one again. I think at least for anyone that was wondering, that is something that we recommend definitely looking into it as well. Um, Trump is talking about banning it. I don't agree with that, but I think it has to be amended at the very least. The
Yeah,
other
I think
thing.
Biden even talked a little bit about banning it, but
Oh,
I think that's not the answer. Yeah.
oh yeah, it's not. It's not the answer for sure. The other thing that you spoke about, we had the indices to track Bitcoin and Ethereum, which you
Yeah,
mentioned
yeah, yeah.
yesterday.
So we also mentioned that yesterday. So I
Yes.
figure I should pull this up so that you guys can see it. Yep. So this are the indices that track Ethereum, tracks Bitcoin, tracks crypto in general.
Right.
Now I'm not sure if it's available for trading yet, but I just hope this is not another approach for them to start manipulating the crypto market.
Well, hopefully, it stays on the S&P side, because I think on the crypto side, I still don't think that this matters to the crypto people. You know, which
Yeah, they can come and put some, send their agents out there and start saying, oh, one of the indices is terribly down, it's down 20%, and then that starts shaking the
the
what you call
crypto
it
market.
ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the guys that are supposed to be holding are just like freaking out.
You think that's why they're trying to get everyone into it? Yeah. Who knows? But I think, look, man. I think when you start going DeFi, when you start going to when you start using DEXs, right, and buying those coins that are not even out there like that, which is an opportunity. I don't think DEXs are gonna go away like this. And for those who don't know, these DEXs are a DEX is a decentralized exchange, right? So with that, you can buy coins that are not available on Coinbase and things like that. I don't think those are going away. So it'll be interesting to see how they could try to maybe mess with that or manipulate that. So it's interesting. But moving on, shall we move on? Anything else to add?
Yeah, I was just gonna add a little additional example. Like, just imagine you have a startup company and you're trying to raise funds,
Right.
and you have the OTC or you have the Nasdaq or the S&P. That's why you do your Series B or Series C round
Right.
to raise money from the general public. Crypto has that as well, and the ones that you see are Coinbase and eToro and those guys. Those are the guys that have made it out and they're doing the big thing on Nasdaq and S&P. Well,
Exactly.
that's on their own platform. And then those on the other platforms are like kind of like the guys in OTC or just doing Series A or seed round raising to get some money to get their crypto or their tokens out.
Absolutely. That is the move essentially. It is the way. And once the coin makes it to that level, it's a lot more safer, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Compared to some of the stuff that is on the dexes. But I would
Yep.
say some of the things on the dexes as well. I've been studying, and it's like it's decent. It's just not easy to get to, especially with
Extremely high risk. You're not sure the teams are gonna make it out.
exactly.
You know.
Yeah, and for the ones that you think might make it out, it's like the gas fees, the Ethereum fees, transaction fees are outrageous. I tried a test transaction this afternoon. I was trying to send just $1, and it was going to cost me $36 to send $1. And that is, I think that is the part that crypto needs to get right, man. They need to be able to sort that gas fee situation out, which I think they will as more people start getting into it and there's more mining and all that stuff. But I don't know the science behind it. But at some point, man, they need to get that down, because once you get to the dex, it almost seems like there's not a way around it. It's tough. So, but I'm going to educate myself on that and see how it goes. The other thing is altcoins, right? The reason I want to talk about altcoins today, right, is first of all I want to kind of identify what altcoins would be, for those who are new to crypto, and I also want to talk about just how it's being reported, right? So for someone who is new to crypto and they're looking at, investing.com out of all places, investing.com, right?
Investing.com has some really good educational content.
They have educational content, which is good. It's great. I'm just more saying, like, I do not see investing.com coming to this point, because before they were not posting about crypto before. They were not
Oh
always
no,
crypto,
they
you know
weren't.
what I mean? Yeah, so I'm
They're
like,
going full blast now.
exactly. So I'm like, we are here now sitting in a day where we're looking at investing.com and there's a full-blown crypto article on it, but it's not without its faults because things like
Do you
investing.
remember?
Go ahead.
Sorry for cutting you off.
No, you go
Do you
ahead.
remember reading when we were last year when we were studying,
Yeah.
and investing.com saying crypto is extremely high risk?
Yeah, absolutely. They were
They
one of
must
those
have
people.
removed that
The-
article
um,
now.
Market Watch and all those guys. I think to this day, man, Market Watch is still garbage, bro. You know, hey, that's just me. Nah. We've seen some articles on Market Watch that were pretty misleading. We can say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason I wanted to talk about altcoins, right? So if you have let's step into crypto world for a little bit here, right? You have your main coins. You have Bitcoin. There is Bitcoin, which is just Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has its own season. There is times when Bitcoin will rise, and there is times when Bitcoin is just going to be kind of going sideways or losing dominance. I know at the beginning of every show we say Bitcoin is losing dominance. Well, it's not going to be losing dominance. Well, it is losing dominance much more
Gradually.
now. Yeah, because there's more coins coming into the market, but there is a cycle, right? And currently we're in a bull cycle, and excuse me, and what that means is as the market as Bitcoin is losing its dominance, you would notice that most of the money is going into Ethereum, right? So things like Ethereum will start running up, Cardano, Polkadot, and all this other. Let me pause there, right? So when you have Ethereum, Cardano, well, I think Cardano kind of considered as an altcoin, but I don't think for much
Yeah,
longer.
there's the site that actually
Right.
breaks down the altcoin from the main coins.
Yeah,
It's
but I
one of
think
the sites that we
for
have.
me personally, the way I look at it, I think Polkadot, Cardano, Ethereum, and Bitcoin are the four main ones, right? Gotta have that at all times. Everything else other than outside of that is an altcoin. That is pretty much the whole market, right? Some things will rally and some things will
Doge,
drop.
Doge is no longer an altcoin. Yeah, it's joined the
Well,
crew.
you know, Doge is growing, but I don't want to jump the gun on that one. Do you think it's already on that level?
The valuation,
I'll give it a month, maybe 2 months. Let's see what happens. You know, because it could be dumped out of nowhere. This is crypto.
but then
You
that
know,
depends on what you find out on Saturday and what happens
exactly.
with
What happens?
the
Let's say everyone is waiting for $1 on Dogecoin, and then on Saturday they all start dropping. Then what happens?
yeah. I think I will take some profits once it gets close to $1.
Yeah, I won't be waiting to
Yeah.
find out. I'll start dropping it at 90 cents. But so
Take the profits.
Look, Kenny, man. Look, I'm not getting burned, man. You know me, man. I set my target, and once we get there, man, there is no thinking. We just execute. It's whatever.
Yep.
But yes, that's the whole idea of altcoins and then your Bitcoin and everything else. I probably did a horrible job of explaining it, but I'll try it again tomorrow, right? Scribble analysis, right? Let's begin with crypto. Couple
Doge.
things. Dogecoins. We're looking at Dogecoin first. All right. Just one moment. Let me pull that up here. Well, looking at the daily chart, what do you think?
Daily charts.
Ay. What is that?
Not looking good. They made a line though, still holding.
It's holding. It's holding. You know, that RSI. I mean,
One second here. Let me quick.
it's pointing down.
Let me look really quickly. I need to do some trend lines.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably need to do like 15 minutes or 2 hours to do those trend lines.
Whip it out on Spider.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Just save time.
Hey, that's not.
And what happened
It's not a
to
reversal.
the Fibonacci lines, extension lines?
My Fibonacci is not present today. I'm not sure what happened with it, but hang on, let me. Dude, Fib has been blown to the downside. What is going on with Fib? Okay, well that's way off. We'll have to fix that somehow. That is not correct at all.
That's not correct. That's in the wrong place.
And that is in the wrong place for sure. Well,
Okay.
ignore this lower part there, okay? And that's not where your Fibonacci.
So
extension should be. What do you have?
It's going to go down. It is going to go down. Let me look at what I have here on my side because I have the fibs working on my side. Guys, I'm sorry we're taking this long.
Here's what I think will happen. Okay, I'll give you guys my analysis right now. By Saturday, remember, man, a lot of the crypto market runs on the weekend. I think we're going to.
Yeah, it's 24/7, right?
Exactly, 24/7. So it's going to pick up momentum again. Okay, I'm going to give my bold prediction right now. Okay, where's my chalk? Here we go. No, not that one. Scribble analysis. So we need a pen. Test. Okay, we're good. Scribble analysis. Where is some sort of that's too low. That's too low. We're here. Okay.
Yeah, take that green right there. Yep, take the bottom of that green.
We're here. So we're coming down to this level.
I think 50 to 47 cents.
50 to 47, right? Yeah. So I think we're coming down to that level there. Hang out there on Friday, and then we're going to pick up momentum from that point, coming up this way. Where's $1? Boom. There it is.
How many days did that take? About 5.
Maybe
about
I
7
yanked
days.
it too much. Where's May 7?
I think it's 7 days.
Is that 7 days? Okay, stand by. Let me pull that back. So we're back. All right. So I think we're going to have a little bit of a pullback here. Then we're going to whip it up, but I don't want to go too far because that is like where were we? Saturday is going to be, let's see, the 8th. So between now and the 8th, okay, slight pullback. It's not even going to be that much, and then we're going to be sailing in this direction. That's going to require a massive candle. It's not going to move exactly like that, but considering that this is the daily chart, a big bar could just form, sort of like that one there. You see what I mean? Now on a lower time scale, you could see kind of like skip through the whole situation, right? But visualize this situation here. $1. What do you think?
I'm a little bit more conservative.
Okay.
I think what happened April 17th or April 28th could happen.
April 17th or 20th. Let's take a look at it. Whoa, wrong tool. Let's take a look at that. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So that final red candle there could turn green.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that will be a repetition of just for those who don't can't see it. Let me just put a circle there. This is what Kenny is talking about here, right? So you have a big green candle there, followed by this red candle, which is kind of similar to that one there, and an inside candle, right? This is when the wick is sticking out on both sides, and then from there you have a move up.
So folks are gonna get excited that there's gonna be some news coming up,
right?
So if it comes out and it doesn't talk about Doge or nothing, it will consolidate down there for a while.
Absolutely.
Onto the next big news, and then it will go up. So I'm being conservative because everybody's eye is on Elon right now, and he has to make sure that it does not misstep and wait for the right timing.
Absolutely.
So in order for him not to get in trouble with the SEC, and I know they're expecting him to say something or act in a way where they can punish him, which they've done several times. It probably might not say anything and just talk about the Tesla truck and talk about his whooping butt.
Yeah.
And how the most recent rocket launch landed with that blowing up this time around. You could talk about all that stuff and just make some jokes about some other people, and then we're gonna see a balancing of a stabilization of Doge for a while,
Okay.
and then it's just going to be another Twitter post where you cannot get in trouble. You have the right to say anything interesting or code message something. And it could be, oh, you can now use Doge to buy a Tesla, and then to just blow up to $1.
Ooh, that is interesting. I'm waiting to see how. Hey,
Because if you look at
I,
that April 17th date, those are the times we're talking about 63 cents, 60 cents,
absolutely
63 cents, 60 cents.
right. I'll be interested to see how that plays out. I think your I think your analysis of this situation is probably more likely. But at the same time, I'm coming at it from an angle where this is crypto. This is not your conventional S&P situation, right? And
Yeah, the trend analysis, right? They
yeah,
don't they don't tend to repeat themselves like they do on the
exactly.
stocks.
I think that there's repetition for sure. There's definitely repetition for sure. But at the same time, there are things that are just unlike any other. Like I have seen bearish patterns in crypto that
Convert to a bullish just
that
like that in
exactly
seconds.
that can convert into a bullish situation. And it's
Yeah.
like you're like, well, what happened? Like I thought I had some sort of understanding of this situation, but this is crypto, man. You know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
starting to think like crypto. We're unpredictable. So there is my analysis. There is Kenny's Scribble analysis, and we'll see if it's you like my arrow.
Yep. If it
Yeah,
does something like that.
exactly. Yeah, I was trying to do an arrow there, but that's where we've ended up. It's all good. We'll lock that in. Nice. Alrighty. So moving on. What else do you have in mind? I'm thinking Ethereum, right? I want to look at Ethereum, and oh, dude, I love this. This is my Scribble analysis from what Monday.
Yep.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, listen, man. I know you guys think that I'm on here just rambling. Yes, and I am. But I want to point your attention to something, okay? We have an idea. You see my Scribble analysis. I'm going to come to that yellow line in a little bit. I would say we're kind of riding the line on my Scribble analysis, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Hey, come on now. Come on. We're getting there. Now, this thing is going to move. And the reason why I have this yellow line at the top here is because I think Ethereum is going to hit 4,000 soon. Okay? It might not be right on point at 4,040, right? But I did that. How, someone could say, why do I think it's gonna get to 4,000? I kind of went back, right? Looking at it historically, and I look at the intervals of movement before consolidation, right? At least starting from this point.
Yo,
Right.
look at that. Ethereum just proved that trend analysis work sometimes.
Oh, it does. It absolutely. Hey, man. Some people may not think it
Stays
does, but
staying within the pattern. So the question now
exactly,
is gonna stay within your pattern.
exactly. So the technical analysis or Scribble analysis, as we now dub it, works for sure. It definitely works. So
So now what you were saying is that it's creating a bullish pattern now
right,
at that new point.
of course. And so once it gets to this point here, I think that's where we're going to see that pullback. Right. Now, whether it's going to pull back to, yeah, I think it could pull back to, let's see, I don't think it's going to come down to 22 per se,
Yeah,
but
we need our fibs. I'm not sure why the fibs are not showing.
yeah, my fibs are totally messing up today. I totally apologize for that one. I'm going to sort out that one. I don't know why my fibs just disappeared like that, but we definitely need the fibs. So, do you have fibs on your end?
I'm trying to see if it shows.
There you go.
Okay, yeah. Okay, it's showing right now on mine.
So, what does your Fibonacci levels have?
The hardest support is 2,960. If it were to come down, it has a strong support right there.
2,960.
Which most likely
So it's
will not.
about there,
Yeah.
which is where we had our previous green line.
Yep.
Shit, do I mess with us? We know what we're doing. Come on now. Right. Now, this is what I'm excited about. Okay, Cardano. Cardano to $2. How do you feel about that?
Let me do some analysis.
Okay. while you're doing your analysis, I'm going to give my reasons why I think Cardano is going to $2, and it doesn't even have anything to do with technical analysis. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. Okay, Cardano, first of all, it's a project that was launched to kind of like go toe to toe with Ethereum. Who knows if they're actually there? So far, I've not really seen anything that exciting. But recently, they have partnered up with some other projects, right? And one of them is, let's see, what was it? Somi. They're also going to be working with, let's see here. I have it on my favorites. Let's hop over to the watch list. And the name is just getting away from me right now. Card Starter, right? So this is more supposed to be more of a security project. And these two projects, apparently there's a lot of hype around them. Definitely something that I'm still doing a lot of research on. But based on what I have seen so far, there's a lot of hype around it. The community around this is very excited about it. And so for these reasons, I am in it, man. And well, I'm not in it yet, but I'm very excited for it. And I think this will help Cardano definitely blow over $2 in a little bit.
I think then it's gonna go down to 140 before it goes up.
When?
Well, we're wrong again.
When? Let me see. 140. Today?
Yeah. No, I don't know when, but I don't think it's gonna go to $2 just yet.
You don't think so?
I think it's gonna go to 140
About
first.
140. Well, let's do this. I'm gonna put a line here. Scribble analysis. And horizontal line at 140.
Yeah, that's the strong support right there.
All right, so right there, right?
Yeah.
Boom, we'll drop that right there. And so based on what you're saying that this is going to pull back at some point
Yep.
before moving upward
Yep.
to $2.
Now I don't know when the news on Card Starter
Yeah.
and the other guy will come out. Those news might help it go up to $2. But right now, without that news, it's going to go back down.
Well, let me
Look at the patterns. Look at the historic patterns. It double head.
a
That's triple head right there.
The historic, I mean, but that is not even enough. That is not a long enough historic situation. You know what I mean? It just kind of jumped up from down there. Now, this is what I think is gonna happen here. Where are we? We're right here, right? I think there's going to be a bit of a pullback. I can agree with that for sure.
It's gonna pull back and then it's gonna hold for a little bit.
It's gonna pull back to like here. Where are we? 158.
It's gonna go sideways for a while. It's not gonna go straight back up. It's gonna go sideways for a while.
We're gonna go that way. We're gonna go that way.
Someone looking at this would think that we're guessing, but you have to look at the patterns and you also have to look at the fibs.
The more you think I'm guessing, the better for me, honestly. Because because when it does not work out, then I can say, "Hey, what did you think?" Boom. Yes, that there I am. Now my line is confusing. Let me change the color of my line so that you guys will always remember that. Yeah. So
my line is incorrect. It's gonna go down. Yeah. It's gonna go sideways.
Oh, it's gonna go down, sideways, and then
yep, and then up.
Then up.
And
okay.
then up.
Let me see if I can recreate that situation. So we're going down. We're going sideways.
Sideways and then up.
Up. Sharp. Is it a sharp upward angle or where are we? 90 degrees, 45.
Almost 45.
45. I shouldn't have asked that question because now I cannot remember where 45 is at.
No, that's fine.
Somewhere there. Boom.
Yeah.
All right. And we'll give it the green situation there. I mean the correction.
Yeah. Leave the red one there.
There we go. So Scribble analysis is laid down. Now let's move on. One thing that we also want to touch on here is the stock picks. Yesterday we had some picks. I'm gonna pull it up. I don't think that anything exciting happened on the stuff that we picked. Let's see. Coin was just totally falling today. Nothing exciting there. Again, still waiting for it. Still waiting to see where it goes. Okay, I need to figure that out.
Yeah, the entire market fell today anyway.
Yeah, dude, man.
Most of the market fell today.
Margin call alert, bro. You know what I'm saying? Big margin call, man. Can't be doing that. No, no, no. All right, yeah. So it's still falling. We're just waiting on it. What we're waiting for is to see the bottom, and then we'll get in from there. So, in that sense, nothing exciting going on there. PRTY. Oh.
Let's go party. Let's go party. Let's go party. It hit $8.
All right, brother. I see you, man. That is beautiful.
Yep.
Okay. Great job, Kenny. That's definitely moving in the right direction. I'll say that. And it's still very affordable. That's what is really beautiful about it, right? So, do you have something for the next pick in that case?
Yes, I was thinking EXPR. EXPR was looking interesting. EXPR. We got screwed over by Robinhood.
Hey, you know how I feel about EXPR, but you love EXPR, and I've always been trying to find out. Well, actually, I can see why you would. Yes, sir.
That's a hammer right there too. That's a hammer right there.
Oh, wait. Do you want the hammer to be at the top or the bottom? Because I think when the hammer is at the bottom is bad, but when it's at the bottom, it's moving up. So if you have a top hammer, then there's gonna be, you know.
That means that.
So this hammer goes up. This hammer goes down.
Okay.
Is it? Wait. Let's see if we can find it. Let's see if we can find that somewhere else. Hang on, stand by. All right. So we have a bottom hammer. Bottom hammer. It's going up, right? And you could say that's a bottom hammer, and the thing is falling now.
It could go up or down from from what we studied. So what the hammer there means is that there were more buyers to keep the price up.
Exactly.
So instead of it falling, they were able to fight back and push the price up. So there's a high demand for that stock. That's what that hammer means. And it's also captured within the previous hammer. So when it's captured and it's within the previous hammer, that means it's supposed to go up.
I see what you're saying. That candle did not. They did not. Well,
that's a hammerhead
I guess you could connect that candle to that one. Yes, it filled the whole thing, right?
Yep.
But the thing is, I don't see another green candle forming from here to continue that climb.
So if you remember when we were studying patterns, right?
Right.
If the latest pattern is filled within the previous one and does not come out of it,
right?
Like you will see look at the two patterns before that.
Where are we?
The red and the green, yeah, exactly. Next over, move over to your right.
The right or left?
To the right.
Okay.
Right. Okay. That red, that second red.
Yeah.
The second red.
The
second right.
The second one, yeah.
It's right within. It was covered within that red, and then that was an indecision or undecisive pattern right there after that red, right?
Okay.
And then you have that second one which captured the previous day, which means that okay, this is starting to get positive.
Yeah.
No, go right.
No, I'm seeing.
Right.
I see what you're saying. I'm just waiting
right
so I can look at the
there.
candle as well. Yeah.
So that was an undecisive day after that red day.
Right.
And then the day after that was a green day. And then it moved up, and then you have a hammer, and it's supposed to go up.
Here's what I'm seeing, Ken. All right. When a green candle takes out, if they take out, like say this, you see the red candle here, right?
Yeah.
And that green candle took out the bottom of that red candle, and they took out the top of that red candle.
Yep.
Right. That will cause a move up.
A bullish up, yeah.
Exactly.
But that almost happened there. That was not full, yeah.
Exactly. Now this red situation here, there was kind of like a battle back and forth forever.
Yep.
Right.
And the sellers won.
Exactly.
And the sellers won again.
The sellers won. The
Yep.
sellers, did the sellers win? Yeah, so the sellers
Yep.
won in that candle and that candle,
Yep.
right? But
Yep.
the idea is, the idea is you want to take out this candle to the left. So if they
Yep.
took out this candle to the left, then you're moving downward,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
The buyers definitely took that one. A little bit
Mhm.
of an indecision there,
Yep.
right? The
Yep.
buyers took that one again.
Yep.
This is why I said this is a hammer to the downside, because we look at this, you have a hammer, and the next one turns downward.
Yeah,
Now,
but then
it might turn around right after, as it did there, but I think the next move is downward. Now, that's not saying that the whole thing is going down. So
Yeah,
I guess
so
in the
now
grand scheme of things, we do have that entry signal there. And
yeah, there's an interest signal there, and then I'm looking at the Fibonacci, I'm looking at the MACD, I'm
Right.
looking at the RSI, I'm looking at the TTM squeeze, and everything looks great. Looks like it's good to answer.
how is the TTM on your end looking like? Because this is just a bit
Looking
of
good,
a,
man.
a
It's
dull
like
for
it's
me.
getting
Looking
ready
good?
to squeeze.
I like that. Okay, we're in the hey, and this is one of those ones that was heavily shorted
Yep.
during GameStop, and
Yep.
the thing that the reason I have a bad relationship with EXPR is because I made a lot of money on it, and then I got back in it and lost all the money. So, wasn't a bit in my feelings about that one. So, my stock pick is. Oh, by the way, what is your target for EXPR?
Yeah, you always tell me to do that because I'm this guy that just gets in and
No,
don't
man.
know
Hey,
when
look,
to
man.
get
Kenny
out.
likes long-term investing, right? And this man has in his mind that he just needs to hold on to this investment forever.
It's,
And
it's the
pass it-
options that get to
Hey,
get to
man.
whooping though.
And pass it to the Mars generation or something.
Maybe
I mean,
maybe
so-
$455 before we start seeing some serious resistance.
How much?
Um,
$4.50 to $5.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
There is a major resistance at 474, and then if it fights that, it's $5. It can excuse me. It could do it now though. It just passed the major resistance, so
Let's see. $4.50, $5. Yeah, man, I can see that happening. Absolutely. All right, awesome. I'm looking forward to that one. Mine for the day is Volkswagen. The reason I'm going with Volkswagen is, I guess, maybe not so heavily on Scribble analysis, but more so that I think Volkswagen has the potential to be that one EV company that actually comes close to Tesla. Now, there is nothing that is coming close to Tesla as far as, well, in the
Hey.
United States at least, right?
that old rumor about Volkswagen
Volkswagen.
did that big green line right there.
Hey, look at the picture in this one.
And that gap, yep, and that gap is starting to fill. So I think what you're trying to do is realize that it's going to fill that gap and then go back up.
That's what I'm thinking, right? And furthermore, I think that they're the only ones that are building an electric car from the ground up, like Tesla did. So that is going to put them ahead of everyone else. So, but other than that, looking at this chart, yes, once that gap is filled, Kenny is very right. I think we're going to be going to the upside. Now, I don't think it's going to fall that much, right? Looking at the TTM there, and the thing is not exactly, overbought. You know what I mean? It's not
Overbought, yeah.
oversold either. It's just kind of coasting, right? But it's definitely below that 50 level there, which means that it's oversold generally. So how much more is it going to pull back? I don't think it's too much, right? We're just talking maybe to like $29-30, and my target for this is really long term, man. So I believe, to be realistic, I'm just going to be a bit more conservative with this one and put my target at $42.
Yeah,
there.
if it pulls back, it might pull back to like 30 something. That's the most it's going to pull back.
What do you think?
And then start, yeah.
Yeah, I think like
And
29.
then-
29 is worst case scenario. I feel.
Yeah.
Well, let me not say worst case scenario because the market can crash, but there's that.
This whole chip issue is a big problem right now.
That is true. There is a chip issue.
Yeah, it might
So-
not even get to 29. This people can just settle at 30 and start moving heavily upward in a little bit.
Yes, sir. I think we should look into getting some of this once we
I think we should add the
Okay.
Volkswagen to our list
absolutely.
once it start turning upwards. It has to touch maybe $32
32. Okay.
before we buy.
I don't know, do I want to start from up there? I don't want to start from the top of the wick. Either way. I'm going to do one of those and give it one of. Are we going to do it from that? Should we do it from that candle there, or should we do it from this candle?
Do the red. Do the red.
Do the red candle, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And there you go.
And that's a bullish pattern, right? Because it's supposed to cross upward after that point.
It is a bullish pattern. What do they call it? Descending wedge? Is that what it is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll keep watching it, and we'll see what happens with that. Okay, Kenny, what else do you have?
Yeah, that's it. That's all my pick for today.
There we go. All right, that's all I have. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen. This has been an exciting one. We'll be back tomorrow with another Scribble analysis and some more rants about something else. Also excited about podcast. Oh, we posted a podcast yesterday with Demon Photos. Pretty awesome. You guys should check it out. Like, subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Really means a lot to us. If you would definitely smash that like button and subscribe. Other than that, we have some pretty exciting interviews coming out. We're just trying out different things. The interviews, we're really enjoying them. We're enjoying doing some analysis as well. Just doing all the things we love, man. That's all we want. It's pretty simple. Exactly. And yeah, until next time, stay young and successful.
Yep.
Check out.
Have a wonderful day, 00.
Peace.